Hello, I'm Katie Hicks. Welcome to Studio on Main. The following clips of our lessons will provide a behind-the-scenes look for parents and some insight for those who are unfamiliar to Studio on Main. Parents and friends often see our performances, but our shows are just one of the small elements of work, time, and dedication that is expelled each week from our students, parents, and myself to make the most of their lessons, find and further their talent, and hopefully inspire a lifetime love and understanding of music. When opening in 2008 in the small town of Friendship, Tennessee, I was a stay-at-home mom. I had a goal in mind. That was to be able to spend a few evenings a week working to further my passion of music and singing and still be able to spend precious time with my child. I remember being asked why Friendship several times and having many skeptics. For me, the answer was simple. Friendship was home. Having been raised in the small town, knowing the friendly people who welcome the small businesses, it seemed perfect for the goals I had in mind. To have a warm, upbeat environment with a group of students who were dedicated to working to better their talent, learn music, and enjoy singing, and to go home knowing I had helped them. Plus, I had the opportunity to work with several voice teachers through my teenage years and on in college. The most effective ones weren't there because it was their job. They loved music and created a mentor and friend relationship with me, and in turn, we created a healthy working relationship.
He took my childhood in his stride.
I grow every day as a teacher. Over the last 4 years, techniques to suit each age group have been modeled but constantly change. I have learned so much from these kids. Every week I have several goals in mind. The question I ask myself is, how do I create an eclectic atmosphere of fun, music, education, and inspiration? It's always challenging and sometimes an overwhelming task, but the rewards are indescribable.
I've been set free, unending love, amazing grace.
Working with different age groups, pre-K through college age, offers for a very interesting week to say the least. For my younger students, we focus on the educational aspects of music through games. To keep these kids moving, interested, and having fun at the same time takes a lot of energy.
All note is 4 beats. How many beats can you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
I am so grateful to Hannah Kendall, who has been a student of mine now for over a year. She helps assist with our pre-K kindergarten kids each week with world music and games, and also helps give them the individual attention that they need. The children love her, and so do I. With our older students, it becomes more challenging, especially when they reach adolescence. A lot of times, these kids come in tired from school, all the different activities they have going on, and the pressures they face each day. I try to provide a welcoming atmosphere to them that is rewarding and fulfilling, and to help them have a sense of belonging in their ensemble.
We could have had it all, rolling in the deep. You have my heart inside.
We do activities to help them get to know each other more personally and to emphasize the importance of teamwork. My request is always simply this: you don't have to like every song, but you do have to appreciate it. To see that light bulb moment when they get that new theory fact, or when they have been inspired by that new piece that they didn't particularly like, makes my day. We also have lots of time for fun. These kids love the different genres and have so much fun doing choreography when we get ready for our performances.
It's the best band in the land, and they can play people like you never heard before.
To see these kids working as a team, opening themselves to new ideas, being interested in new genres, learning the basics of music, vocal health, and anatomy, and growing is overwhelmingly fulfilling.
1, 2, 3.
Come with me because you look so fine and I really want to make you mine.
Look so fine.
I really want to make you mine.
Good. Much better. Times have changed, and we've often rewound the clock since the Puritans got a shock when they landed on Plymouth Rock. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love?
Working with many private students has challenges for each student. I have all ages from 4 years old to 20. Each lesson requires a culmination of their personal goals for singing and my goals for them as well. Several of my students sing outside of our performances, in church, talent shows, musicals, and more. They also have very personal ideas of how their voice should perform. To get them to realize their potential is simple for some and more challenging for others. I have some beginners that are shy and some that are sure one day they will be an American Idol. I have some that aspire to be in musicals or to major in music and make a career of singing or teaching music. And some take lessons just because they love to sing. Challenging children and teenagers vocally is sometimes difficult. There are so many areas to approach with their technique. My definition of a good vocalist is someone who recognizes and matches pitch with proper support and beautiful tone.
Little or no change. I'm singing from here. Okay? So you need that vibrato.
My private students are assigned pieces to challenge their range, help them to identify changes in their head and chest registration, help their support, rhythm, breathing, and tone. It's always interesting to watch their faces when I assign a song. I often hear a reply, "But I really like country music." So we try to keep a healthy balance and do one they enjoy and one to help them grow. If one piece can work for both purposes, well, that's even better.
I'm almost there. Let's have some fun with it. And then if they're singing, this is your killer note. Almost there. Then you let them have it, okay?
Because solo singing is so personal, it's sometimes very hard to get the student to the point where they understand my goals for them. Sometimes they are very reluctant. I have often asked them to take another activity they enjoy outside of singing. For my example, we will use baseball. We will write down all the areas it takes to become a good player. Usually the responses are catching, throwing, fielding, and batting. I will ask them to circle the area that they feel the strongest. Let's say your child said batting. So my question to them is, if you are good at batting and your coach only worked with you on batting practice and none of these other areas, would you be a good player? Of course you know the response, and so we correlate that example to singing. Simply put, to grow the student as a singer, we must work every area of the voice. Some of my singers are easily intimidated and some love to be pushed outside their comfort zone. Some are hard workers and others require a little extra attention. So you see the variation. It is important to be versatile, to know the student personally, and to find ways to make them realize their potential and to show them no matter how talented you are, there is always opportunity to grow. I also try to work with the individual voice and choose music that is suited well for their voice. I try to keep a broad repertoire for students so that they will have the opportunity to explore many genres. We have some that were born jazz babies or musical mamas, and some that sound best singing different genres. This is always kept in mind, especially around performances. Performances are the highlight of our semester together because they allow kids to dress up, get on that stage, and have lots of fun. While they are just a small element of the big picture, they mean so much to these kids and help us to work on stage presence and performing. It also allows parents and friends to see them in action and show their support. The encouragement of the audience makes their performances. The more support they have, the more they show out, and the confidence that they receive from an encouraging audience gives them comfort on stage and reassurance to continue working and performing.
If you fall, dust it off, don't let out. Don't you know you can go be your own miracle? You need to know if the mind.
I I always try to remind our audiences that while we do have a professional show, to remember that all of our performers are students, and their encouragement means much more to these kids than they realize.
Let us know when we find a way to kiss goodnight.
Thank you for watching these clips. I hope they do provide some insight to my mission with your children and how it is my desire to be a true mentor to each one of them. Parents play a huge role at Studio on Main. Our handbook states that parents should be open to all information about your student. It is sometimes difficult to tell a parent the areas that their child needs the most work, if they're having problems with tone or other areas. It is so inspiring to see how parents take this information from home and help their children. I would like to take the opportunity to thank each parent, grandparent, family member, and friend who gives of your time, efforts, and resources to help your children and to help me. From showing to lessons prepared each week to helping with performances, your hard work does not go unnoticed. Thank you for allowing me to grow and learn and to make mistakes. Thank you for stepping back and trusting my judgment to do what I think will help your child. Studio on Main is thriving because of your efforts, your support, and your recommendations. Words can never express my gratitude. Because of you, Studio on Main is not just an old remodeled building, a small town business, a show, or even a song and dance. It's the culmination of drive, growth, hard work, education, and the love of music that helps to inspire and motivate students, hopefully for generations to come.